In today's video, I'm going to be doing my unboxing and first impressions on the brand new T-Mobile Revvl 8 Pro. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the brand new T-Mobile Revvl 8 Pro right here. This is available at either T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile, and this is available for about $249 if you guys want to buy this outright. However, if you open a new line at Metro by T-Mobile, you can get this device for free, and of course T-Mobile has some deals with this device as well. So it's going to be a very affordable device overall. And let's go down the spec sheet of what this has inside of it. First and foremost, we have a 6.8-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate. Beautiful to see it on here. We do have IP67 water and dust resistance inside of here as well. As far as our processor, we have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 in here with 8 GB of RAM. We also have 256 GB of internal storage, and we also can expand that storage via micro SD card up to 2 TB. Insane stuff right here. We also have Android 15 out of the box. We have a 5000 mAh battery. We have 33 watt fast charging for wired, and we have a 15 watt wireless charging on this device as well. And we're going to take a look at the cameras and everything else later on, so we'll get into that in a second. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Of course, we have our little box right here with some goodies inside of here. We have our SIM tray ejector tool. We have our quick start guide, safety and regulatory information, and of course our terms and conditions. And we have our USB Type-C to Type-C data cable. Of course, we have our device right here, and as far as that display goes, 6.8 inches, so a pretty big display. On the right side of the phone, we have that magenta power button, and of course, this is going to be a glossy chassis around this entire thing. However, it is going to be plastic, but it does look pretty cool. Above that, we have our volume up and down rocker. Top of the phone, we have our noise canceling mic. Left side of the phone, we have our SIM tray. And bottom of the phone, we have 2 noise canceling mics. We have a USB Type-C port right there. And of course, we have our speaker at the bottom of this phone. And this is actually going to give us stereo speakers. So we have 2 speakers, one in the headset, and of course, one at the bottom of the phone. Also, back of this phone is very, very plain Jane, very simplistic, very minimalistic, but it still looks very, very nice. As you guys know, we have our T-Mobile logo in the middle of the phone right there. We kind of have this transitional black to gray to silver, pretty nice color on here. And of course, we have our triple rear-facing camera setup right here. Our main camera is going to be a 50 megapixel camera with OIS. Our secondary is going to be a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and our third is going to be a 2 megapixel macro. And of course, we're going to have an LED flash on here as well. And going to the front of the phone right here, as you guys can see, we have a hole punch camera that's going to be rated at 32 megapixels. The other thing as well is this phone has an in-display fingerprint sensor, as you guys can see right there. Very, very quick in-display fingerprint sensor, decently accurate as well. And we have this big, beautiful AMOLED display right here that we are greeted with. Of course, we are going to have some bloatware inside of this phone that you guys can go ahead and take out. We have Wordscape, TikTok, Solitaire, and stuff like that. We have blocks. You guys can go ahead and uninstall those applications to get your storage back. But we are actually starting off with some decent storage, about 230 gigabytes free when we boot up the phone. So not too bad at all, very, very solid. The one thing that I do notice about this display though is it is very, very colorful, very punchy, and very clear. So we have a very nice display on this. Of course, we have a tiny bit of a chin at the bottom of this phone, but overall the display looks really good on here. I can't say anything really too bad about this. We also have NFC capability in this phone, so if you guys want to hold your credit cards, debit cards, gym memberships, ID, licenses, and stuff like that, you can hold that in here and you can pay for stuff with your phone at stores that do offer that. And the drop down bar menu, we have Wi-Fi, we have our wallet, we have Bluetooth, airplane mode, of course. We have device controls right here. We have auto rotate. We have our screencast right there. We have our quick share method. We have QR code, and we have a native screen recorder inside of here as well. So that is all we get in the top bar menu right there. When we scroll up, of course, we get our app drawer like I showed you before, and we get all of the Google applications preloaded on this phone as well. And you guys can choose to use buttons for your navigation or swipe gestures as well, as you guys can see. And this is how this is looking. Pretty solid looking phone so far. Again, we have a decent processor inside of here for that price tag that we have. We have a Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 storage. Very, very solid specifications on here, considering that most people are going to be getting this phone 100% free. I would like to go ahead and take a look at the camera really quick and take a quick photo to see how that looks, to see if it holds up well. We will be doing a full camera review on this. Let me go ahead and turn HDR off on this really quick. But this is what you can expect out of it. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. We'll go into more detail on that later on. As far as your settings right here for the video, we can shoot at 2K up to 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 FPS, depending on what you guys want to shoot as far as video goes. But the last couple things I want to go ahead and test out are going to be the speakers on this device and take a look at the video to see how that looks. Then we're going to call it a day and get into the full review later on. All right, everyone, so we have a 4K video booted up. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. So very sharp, clear video you're going to get on this phone. The colors are going to look good. I don't have any complaints, especially at this price tag. It looks very, very good. Next up, we're going to test out these stereo speakers to see how these sound. Let's take a look at them. So speakers are loud. There is going to be a little bit of tin on this, but we do have some very loud speakers. We have some decent bass for the price tag. But all around, I wouldn't say it's anything super special. All right, everyone, so that was my unboxing and first impressions on the brand new T-Mobile Revvl 8 Pro right here. So far, I think this is a pretty reasonably priced phone, especially if you're getting this device for free. We have some really good stuff in here, even if you are paying $249 outright and you're upgrading from like the Revvl 6 Pro or Revvl 5 Pro or whatever. Solid stuff inside of here. Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, so you shouldn't have any issues with, having a bunch of windows up in the background or playing very high graphic intensive games like Call of Duty or PUBG Mobile. We have Android 15 on here. 256 gigabytes of internal storage with expandable storage via micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. We have some really good stuff inside of here. Not to mention we have a 15-watt wireless charging experience, 5,000 milliamp battery, 33-watt wired charging, and an AMOLED display that's Full HD Plus on here. Can't really go wrong with this device. If you're looking to upgrade your older Revvl device or your, one of your older phones, this may be something you guys want to look into.